Now let's move on to the outgoing Secretary of State, Antony Blinken. He has finally expressed remorse that the Biden administration had not done more to protect the 13 US troops who were, of course, killed in an ISIS-K suicide bombing during that chaotic withdrawal from Afghanistan back in 2021. This is what he said.
I think today especially of the 13 heroes that we lost at Abbey Gate, and I deeply regret that we did not do more and could not do more to protect them. And to those families who are here with us today, you're in my thoughts, in my prayers. I wish that Nicole was here with us today. I'm deeply sorry that she's not.
Ami, you could hear some hecklers there heckling him. This guy is so useless. Is this too little too late?
It is, and frankly, it's pretty gross, I have to say. And aside from the American soldiers who were killed in Afghanistan because of our incredibly hastily withdrawal, and frankly, this was in fact the first of the many, many strings of foreign policy failures under the Biden administration. Let's not forget that we left billions of dollars in weapons in Afghanistan for the Taliban to get a hold of. We also left behind people in Afghanistan. This set the tone for our foreign policy failures for the next 4 years. There's no question our adversaries saw weakness and they pounced on it. There's a direct correlation, I think, between us leaving Afghanistan and then soon thereafter Putin invading Ukraine, which he didn't do under Trump. He did, in fact, sense weakness. There's a direct correlation between a lot of the things that we saw with foreign policy being on fire during this time. And I think it's unfortunate, but did we learn our lessons for real? Look, Blinken sat there and he actually pushed back. It wasn't a full mea culpa. He did defend the withdrawal. And frankly, he didn't, look, does he really care? He didn't even read the House Foreign Policy Committee on what actually happened in Afghanistan. So I'm sorry if I don't take it seriously. I'm sorry if I think it's hollow. And yes, it is absolutely too little too late, truly.
Yeah, it should have come a lot earlier than what it has. Let's talk about this. This is extraordinary. The Biden administration has quietly extended a sanctions waiver that will grant Iran access to roughly $10 billion from Iraq. This happened 2 days, apparently, after Donald Trump's election day victory. Ami, what do you make of this?
Yeah, this is nothing new. They've been doing this now for years, giving this sanctions waiver. I don't get the details of it, but essentially trading energy in Iraq for releasing, unfreezing of money, talking about $10 billion. Look, if you look at this, again, the string of foreign policy failures under the Biden administration, I think Iran may rank as number one, to be honest. There is a connection between Iran and its money and October 7th and Lebanon bombing Israel and Hezbollah bombing Israel. There's a connection between this money and our troops being attacked and killed by Iranian proxies. It's all about the funding. Iran funds all of these things. And, you know, it's extraordinary to me, the lack of basic economic understanding of the Biden administration. Their deniability of the fungibility of money is unhinged, right? They don't understand how this stuff works, that when you give with one hand, they are now freed up to use that money for other purposes. They keep saying, oh, no, we're looking at where this money is being used, humanitarian purposes only. But yes, it allows them to not use that money for humanitarian purposes, freeing up money for other things. Basic stuff. But the Biden administration has no idea what they're doing. And by the way, this is also not even talking about China being allowed to buy oil from Iran, giving it another source of funding. Look, this is the major, if we're not going to attack and bomb them, right, which obviously under Biden we're not going to do, the threat wasn't even there. I think the threat now, I'm not sure if we would do it, but the threat exists with Trump. But if you're not going to actually have a real threat of weapons, money and economic pressure is all you have. And the Biden administration has taken that tool away. And we saw the effect of an emboldened Iran throughout the Middle East. And frankly, the U.S. troops and Israel specifically paid the price.
Absolutely. Look, we're almost out of time, Ami. Just really quickly, CNN finished number 17 among cable stations during prime time last week. It even had a smaller audience than the Food Network. All over at MSNBC, Joy Reid, she's lost roughly half of her viewers since the election. Ami, well, what do you say to that?
Oh, Joy Reid could not have happened to a better person. Oh, my God. So delicious. I mean, look, CNN had 376,000 people in prime time. As just a comparison, that's 14% of Fox News during the same prime time. Look, are we shocked that the American people don't want to see a continued mouthpiece of the failed Biden administrations? Of course they don't. It's reflected in the numbers. No question about it.
No doubt about it. The joyless Joy Reid is on the downer. Ami Horowitz, good to see you. Thank you so much for joining me.